We arrived in Costa Rica in the year 2000. And right away, the national church said, whatever else you do, along with your teaching in the Bible school and all the other stuff, we want you to work with our pastors' kids, the children of Costa Rican pastors. So right away, we started up. This is our first camp, 2001 Pastors' Kids Retreat, 83 kids. And among all the kids there was a guy named Pablo. Pablo was 14. We didn't know it at the time, but he was selling drugs with his rowdy cousins, and he was there. He was one of the kids. He started connecting with the ministry a couple years in. We did a camp called Radical Integrity Camp, and he showed up with his duffel bag with a bottle of vodka and a bag of marijuana to start a party. So his cabin leader that day said, Pablo, if you're such a hard guy, why don't you challenge God to meet you at this camp? And that first night in the service, the first thing we did was invite people to come up and get right with the Lord. Pablo responded. He gave his testimony that camp saying, I have given my life to the Lord. God has broken through to me, and I'm going to serve the Lord with my whole life. So that was the beginning of Pablo's spiritual journey. He tied in with some of our guys in friendship. He became friends, started tying into the monthly Bible studies, became part of our ministry. In 2005, we gave him a crack at being an assistant cabin leader at camp. Right? These things start small. By 2006, he was a helper in recreation. 2007, we challenged our young people in our ministry, if you are being used by the Lord to serve with youth in your church, why don't you come to the Bible school? Pablo signed up. He turned in a beautifully written paper. We said, note to self, this guy has a gift of writing. 2008, we were invited to take a group of our team and go to Cuba to lead a pastor's kids retreat, and Pablo signed up. We had about 300 pastors' kids out of the Assemblies of God churches in Cuba. Pablo got to share his testimony. He was able to look those kids that are in a communist country, face persecution every day. He was able to say, if the trials and temptations of life are drawing you in, you are called by God and you can serve God because I'm a living proof that it can be done. And Pablo's just a great blessing. We got back to Costa Rica. He started blogging, and it became the #1 blog in the country. And so this guy really has a lot to give. In 2009, I'm part of a network of all of the Latin American countries, and we had a challenge and an opportunity to write 9 Bible school youth ministry classes to be used in all 20 countries of Latin America to train thousands of youth leaders. And the guy with the writing skills and the organizational skills to help me pull it off was Pablo. So the kid that had been doing drugs now is writing curriculum to train youth pastors to reach millions of young people. And in 2010, at the 10-year anniversary of the Pastor's Kids Ministry, Pablo is in charge. So Pablo is now leading the ministry that he was once part of. And the cool thing is that now Pablo has disciples that he's pouring into, young guys that were partying and were doing the same stuff he was doing, and he's able to disciple them along. And now these 2 guys you see in the picture are actually leading youth in their church because of Pablo's influence, and the chain just goes on and on and on. We're so privileged to be serving God in Costa Rica, raising up the next generation of God's servants. Thank you for being part of what we do in Costa Rica. God bless you.